Hello, welcome back. It is really winter outside, so this would be a great time to talk about the Sunnen Honing machine. And it's kind of complicated, but we'll get on that and kind of try to get an understanding of Sunnen Honing. Okay, let's get over there. Okay. Now, this is the machine here. Maybe I should take the camera off and get a better overview here instead of just jumping in the tray. But this is the machine here. This is MB 1600 model horizontal honing machine, about 1968 vintage. Now, this is one of the last of the all cast iron machines, and I kind of like it because of that. And also, it's really deluxe in the way they made these. And I'll show you some secrets on it that make it kind of cool. Now, where do I start? I think I'll start at the very beginning, and we'll look at the very first Sunnen Honing. Okay, we'll get Marilyn back up here. Yes, we will. Okay, let's get over here. Okay, now this is the first Sunnen Honing invented by Mr. Sunnen, I think. And it's an interesting device. It's a rigid hone. Now let's look how it works. You see, this is a gear here, a long gear, and then inside is a planetary gear. See that? When you turn, hopefully you can see, when you turn this, that planetary gear rotates, and it rotates this gear. Then that gear also works, let's get this back up there, with the gear here, see? So when you put this in, and once it's in the right spot, it's got to snap in. There we go, it's snapped in. And when you turn this, a little sticky. I don't know if you can see if I can get it, but the stones are expanding as I turn this, okay? Now that's called a rigid hone because you got the gear force pushing the stones against your, like for instance, a cylinder wall. Like this, see? Okay, to adjust this hone, let's see if I can juggle it all together. You pull the back out just a little bit, and you disengage that gear, and then see you can move the stones like that. So to adjust it for this bore, you go like that, turn it so the stones are out, then slide that back in. It went, and then you can adjust it so it's tight. See? Okay. Let's back that off and have a look at the stones themselves. Now you can pull this out. Let me do it. Okay. Then the stones come out. You see that gear grab that? That's a stone. Then on 90 degrees from a stone is a guide. And that bears against the cylinder. So when you adjust it, the guides and the stones go out the same. And the guides are soft metal, and they wear with the stones. So it always helps that way, to keep it centered and to keep it tight. Okay, that's the rigid hone. Okay, let me set this over here. because that thing's floppy. And I need a little drink of coffee. Okay, now you saw how that would work. Now in the machine, here's the same thing. It takes the stones, and I think I have an Allen wrench here I can show you. And it adjusts the same way. See, you rotate it, and it adjusts in and out. It takes the exact same stones. Now, the original hone I showed you, I believe, is called an AN-110. It came out in 1923. And this mandrel here is called an AN-600 because it cost $600 many years ago, but I think it's double the cost now. Now, this one adjusts differently back here with this that pushes in. Now, watch this. I'll push that in. Watch the stones. See that? Okay, instead of that gear adjuster, it uses the machine here. Let's see if we're over here far enough you can see. It uses the machine spindle. Want to look at time here. It'll probably take a couple videos, but I'm going to show you how this is. Okay, now I'm going to take this mandrel out here. We'll see where it is. I'll crank it out a little bit. I can pull it, and then, let's see, rotate it. There we go. There's a little adapter sleeve that's in there. Now, there's it's called the wedge, and it's got a hook on it here, and inside the spindle here is a little claw like that. So when you put one of these in, you have the stones. This is where the stones are, and I'll show you more detail on that. But to install it, you stick the stones, I believe, straight up. Have this sitting straight up. I think that's how. Then this should snap in. I'm probably doing it wrong. Yeah, there, it snapped in. There, it's settled in. Okay, then you lock it here. Okay. All right. No place to put that. Okay. Now, the other type of mandrels, that's got two stones in the guides. And this is more of a solid mandrel. And these are the most accurate. And here's a smaller one, and its size is 0.775 is the smallest that this will work, and it'll probably go up to a 1/16 of an inch larger. And here's the same kind of mandrel. That's a 2-inch. And both of these have replaceable shoes. Okay, you see those? I hope I'm keeping those up in the, where you can see that. Yeah, the shoes here are like the guides on the AN style. See, as a guide, stone guide. And on this type, you just have one stone and then the guide here that they call a shoe. And these are replaceable like the stones, okay? Now the stones snap in. Here's a stone here. And they just snap in. I think it'd be going like that. And let me see if I can pop it out with my thumb. Probably not. But when you push, it's got the same thing. That hook grabs that claw there. And when you turn the wheel here, let's see if I got all that. Yeah, you can see all that. This is the feed wheel here. And the claw pushes forward. And let's see if we can watch the stone jump out. Yeah, see? Then when you let up on the foot pedal, there's a foot pedal here, then it retracts. It'll retract those stones, see? And you can pull your part off. I hope you're enjoying this. I really like this machine, and I like what it can do for me. Now, the accuracy, Sunnen used to put out their guarantee. And the old handheld hone, they're using a drill I showed you, the early AN type that they still make, very useful. They guarantee a half a thousandths in taper and diameter you're going for. And that was from 1923. So this device here on this machine, you can count on, once you get used to the machine, 0.2 of a thousandths, let's say, in that much distance, 0.2 of a thousandths diameters like that. Up to about maybe 5 inches is as big as I've done on this machine here. And, they actually work pretty good. Okay, well, I'm going to cut this off and I'm going to be back. Okay, I'll be back.